TIFU by also not realizing I had athlete's foot for 20 years. I, 35F, saw a post on TIFU a few weeks ago about someone who had thick, calloused, crusty, mother-chuffing feet, and they had tried all sorts of pumice stones, metal graters etc. and always envied other people their soft pink feet. They discovered they had a fungal infection and their feet got better after treating it. Huh. I thought on reading about these unmanicurable hooves of my fellow Redditor. Since I've been a teenager, I too have been cursed with thick hardened soles, with cracked heels. I don't have the gnarled yellowing talons this fellow describes, but I've tried every cheese grater, acid-lined socks, seriously, intense moisturizing regimens, but I've not had a soft foot since I was a child. I always thought athlete's foot was itchy red scales around the toes, not the thick cratered calluses I'd always had. The part that really got me thinking was when Op mused that their cracked skin went up the sides of the feet. Shit. Mine does that too. Maybe. And yes, fellow Redditors, I too have been harboring an ungodly fungal foot infection for 20 years. After 7 days of using an over-the-counter antifungal cream, my feet are already softer and more like that of an elf rather than a hobbit. Maybe one day I can slip my feet into bed without a crusty-edged trotter catching on the sheets. TLDR, lived with crusty feet my whole adult life for no goddamn reason. I'm pissed to admit this may be the Reddit thread I needed today. Boom. Tough actin' to noctin'. I'm entering the danger zone, my dudes, and forwarding this to my wife. Wish me luck. For those relating to this on a spiritual and literal level, if no fungus is found, psoriasis is another possible explanation. Source: my own nasty feet. Got itchy feet around 35 years old. Gym locker room? IDK. I was always careful. Doctor had me using iconazole cream daily. Help but definitely no cure. Gotta put this cream on my feet every day rest of my life? Made appointment with a specialist. This idiot doesn't seem to hear how bad this bothers me. Tells me to go to the store. Get certain dry roll-on antiperspirant. Use on feet once or twice a day. I can't recall. And that should fix it. Absolute waste of time and copay. In a few days it became apparent that the specialist was not an idiot. Man, I wish my problem was just athlete's foot. I just have unnaturally thick and dry skin on my feet. And yes, I have been to podiatrists. They don't sweat, either. Which is good and bad, I guess. The Emope battery-powered filer has changed my life. Though, I can prevent the painful cracked heels now. At least. Spent most of my life barefoot in Florida. Never had an issue. Moved to Maryland and within 30 days got some god-awful foot fungus that has been terrible to get rid of. I thought I had athlete's foot for a couple of years. Always embarrassed to have my socks off in front of people. Tried all the remedies. In for a physical and my doc asked why I didn't remove the socks and he took a look. Turns out I just had really bad eczema. He prescribed a cream and it was gone within days. After 2 years. Felt like such an idiot. TBH, I have the same problem, since 2006 lol. I feel like you need new shoes or a thorough disinfection, cleaning of your current pairs of shoes. Caniston is what I use. Please keep using it at least a couple weeks after you think you are cured. And then change all the inner soles of the shoes. I discovered the same after that post. And the really sad part is I'm a nurse. NRN. With a BSN. Rolling on the floor laughing all that money for an education and didn't recognize my own athlete's foot. I have tried to explain this to the spouse. His feet eat socks and sheets. He just won't believe me or follow through with the medicine. I read the same post and mentioned it to my husband while pointing at my feet. Picture a major frowny face from me through this whole thing. He picked me up a little tube of some OTC ointment and I have been putting off starting using it. But your post is the final straw for me. I'll report back in however long it takes. I have always just assumed they've been outdoorsy feet, but it hurts and splits and just maybe this truly isn't normal after all. As embarrassing as it is, wearing no shoes or sandals lets your feet breathe better. UV light is good for it too. The pills you can take for fungal infections are gnarly and can burden your liver. For better or worse, humans are colonies of microbes. In many instances, out-of-balance communities. Good luck, op. I was in the army for 20 years. And finally had athlete's foot flare up for real in 2014. The skin between my toes split. A bacterial infection took hold. And within 48 hours, I had gangrene on my foot. The medic was practically giddy. He pulled all of his juniors in, with my permission, and told them, "This is foot fungus and a bacterial infection. Have the doc prescribe antibiotics for the infection, and keep the area dry." No mention of getting rid of the fungal infection. And I went to the field 48 hours later. Now? Well, it's thoroughly infested all of my socks, shoes, slippers. Easily $1,000 plus to replace. So I just keep my feet exposed to the air most of the year. And hit them with OTC cream when I get itchy. Funny part is, I've had, and still have, baby soft feet and straight and clear nails my entire life. If you looked at my feet, you wouldn't guess that I've been battling a fungal infection for a decade. Went to podiatrist for plantar fasciitis. Soon as I take off my socks he's like, "Oh yeah, you got athlete's foot. You mean my feet weren't supposed to be like this for 40 years? You also need to wash your shower really well and wash your sheet and stuff to get rid of any spores since it is a fungus." Vaginal yeast infection cream on my feet, you say? Hell yes. I have some in-house already. Gonna sterilize my foot bath. Razor off the nasty that I can and grease my feet up after that. Thank you, op. This tells us how important it is to ask your doctor about the smallest things regardless of how silly they are. LMAO.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.